We had some extra music on that one. Hello and welcome everybody to Learning Bigfoot. I am here solo today. Josh is a little under the weather, but he's still here in spirit, making faces at me through the production window. So, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm sorry it's been a little while since we had a Learning Bigfoot. We had a little bit of a hiatus we had to take there, but as always, thank you to our co-host Rooted Expeditions for being here with us. And we have the amazing Bigfoot group with us. Forest Giants, Jimmy Bard, Bobby White, and Mike V in the house. Going to talk all things Bigfoot, share some experiences and things we should do to things we should look out for when we go on our hunts, because we haven't gone on one yet. I hear that fall is kind of a prime time to go searching. Is that true? Or does it matter?
I don't know if it really matters. Really, I mean, it might all be situational where you are. If you're up north, if you're down south. What do you guys think?
Chirp. Oh, you're muted, Bobby.
Bobby, you're muted.
There we go.
I got him.
Yeah. And mine's coming in very choppy. Can you guys hear me okay? Mine's coming
Yeah,
in
I can hear you.
No,
I can hear you.
What I said is in Florida, I think fall's great because it's not nearly as hot as it is in August. It's been miserable out here, just absolutely miserable.
And you guys have had a lot of storms coming through,
Yes.
so I'm sure it's extremely humid also on top of that.
Yeah.
Are you guys all in Florida?
Very humid.
Remind me.
Very humid.
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
So how do you guys
Yes.
how do y'all all meet? Like how did your little group come together?
Go ahead, Bob. I'll let you take that. You're a better storyteller.
Well,
We met in prison originally, and then we've been friends ever since.
now, me and Jimmy have been friends for probably 35 years. Quite some time. We met in Illinois. We were teenagers.
Okay.
And we both just eventually transplanted down to Florida. We're about 4 hours apart, but we're still close enough we can get together. Mike V, he strolled in. We actually found him panhandling down at the last 168. And he looked hungry, so we invited him over, and we haven't been able to get rid of him since.
Party crasher. He was a 168 party crasher.
No, it's Bobby's fault. If he couldn't make such a good sandwich, I wouldn't be here right now. He gave me food. He gave me shelter.
I hear that's how it works.
But
Good food.
in seriousness, we did meet Mike at the last 168. He was just kind of a stand-in when somebody else got canceled. He came in and we met him, and we got along great from that point on. So
that's awesome.
A couple of months ago, made him part of our group.
Fantastic. And so it's just the three of you as the main group, or do you have more?
Yes.
And
There's about 9 personalities between the three of us, so it works out pretty good.
Is that you with all 8? Or?
Yes, actually.
It's me, Jimmy, and Mike 7. So.
And then do you guys go out on regular explorations, or do you just kind of do your own thing and compare notes? How does that work exactly for your group?
We try to get together as much as we can. Mike and Jimmy live in the same town, so it's a lot easier for them to get together. But sometimes it's Mike going out, sometimes it's Jimmy going out, sometimes it's me going out and looking at some stuff here. But we try to get together as often as we can because I don't know. It seems to me more beneficial when you have more people there and have more eyes that you can put on something. You might think it's a footprint, and the other guy looks at it and says, "No, that's just a washout coming from here." So it's easier to debunk stuff basically if you've got a couple extra sets of eyes on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Welcome back, Jimmy.
I don't know what happened. Just so I got kicked out. Said something about internet. My internet shows just full. So yeah,
I'm
It
right
happens.
You
there
just
with you.
got back.
it's the man. Mikey's froze
Jimmy?
again. Yeah,
Wow, man, you missed it. I had enough. I told you off and everything. You missed it.
I missed it all. I missed it all. I'll watch the replay.
All right.
Bobby's
So,
like, "Out."
so when you got Mike, so when you go out and what are some things that you actually look for, or what's like one of the things that you really try to keep an eye out when you go out into the woods?
Go for it, Bob.
That directed at me?
Yes, Mike. Yes.
Oh, Mike, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, he asked Mike.
Oh,
Mike's the only one
shit.
named Mike.
I didn't hear that part.
Oh, it's coming in choppy,
He's
so
looking for
I'm
a
catching
candid
like.
answer, obviously.
He's like, which Mike?
No, not on the mic,
It's-
Mike.
Like,
It's coming in. It's coming in choppy.
There you go. He froze
So I
again.
missed the mic part, but I kind of picked
Yeah.
up on it. But
No worries. No worries.
what do I look for? What do we look for when we go out?
Yeah. What's the one thing that stands out
well,
that you look at?
I mean, the last time we, this one area we go to, we were trying not to get hit in the head with a rock.
that's important.
Yeah.
So,
Nothing.
so
I mean,
take us-
we keep safety first. I know that we're always watching each other's back. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Whenever we go out, we watch each other's back. That's for sure. I know. I think all three of us have been in some pretty crazy areas completely alone. Luckily, one of the areas we go to, we still get a little bit of cell phone coverage.
Mm.
So I've been able to talk to Jimmy or Bobby, and vice versa when we do go out alone. But I don't think any one of us really. I don't think any of the three of us like it, but we all go out alone.
Yeah, especially at nighttime. Nighttime is it's insanely spooky. It's just insanely spooky. I think when me and Bobby started out, we started out in the Ocala National Forest, and I think one of the reasons we named our secondary subtitle of our Bigfoot Forest Giants page "On the Edge of Civilization" is because right off the trails, 10 yards in, 5-10 yards in, we're seeing structures.
Mm.
And it was just right there, and we would go in looking at all these things and trying to figure out, okay, was this natural? Was this wind? Was this storm? Was this just rotten old tree? But we started seeing X's and TPs, and these weren't just laying over trees. These are trees this big around and bigger, stabbed into the ground 4, 6, some of them even 8 inches. I mean, if you're out in the forest, just try sticking your finger in the ground up to your knuckle. Just try doing that. You're not going to be able to do it. Now imagine taking something that big around and stabbing it into the ground. And we look above to see if something's broke off and came falling down. And we try to debunk all that stuff. Structures is something good to look for because you can see it from a distance. But we have never seen, and I haven't heard anybody ever report seeing a Bigfoot Sasquatch make a structure. But when we are out in the woods and we see what we see, there is nothing else out there that it could be. And when we were in the Ocala National Forest, we found imprints up to a structure, to the right of a structure at an X, foot imprint at the base of an X. And that was one of the 17-inch prints, wasn't it, Bobby?
Yeah.
And
also,
it turned around and went behind it.
One of our spots we go to out there all the time, we kind of shared that spot with another lady who had kind of gotten the shaft by another Bigfoot organization. And she got lied to, played for money, and we kind of felt bad for her, so we shared a spot with her.
She's a sweet lady.
I'm about 95% certain she actually was out there at that spot taking pictures of structures. Didn't realize it until she got home. But I'm pretty certain she's got a Bigfoot back there sitting behind one of the structures. You can only see the head, but the more you zoom it, the more it looks like she legit got something.
It looks
Do you
like
have
a.
Do you have the
Yeah.
picture?
I'm gonna go through and see if we can find it right now. So please forgive me if I'm looking away, not at the screen, and I can send it to you through Messenger if you're okay with that. It looks like maybe a juvenile squatted down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it
If
over
you can't
to
find it, Jim,
Tip-
I know how to find it.
yeah, send it over to Tippa because Josh has got like full control right now of of all that right there. So he should be able to pull
Yeah,
that
go
up.
ahead and do that. He actually stepped out for just a second. We had a really interesting event just occur, and we're trying to figure out what's happening in our house. So go ahead and send it over. He'll be back in just a second.
Okay, well, actually, yeah, send it to both. So, anyways,
You look too, Bob, because it might be faster if we're both looking.
yeah, come on, Mike, you gotta get in on this.
But I can talk and look at the same time too. So
I don't know if I can. Did I lose everything here, or am I still on?
you're still on.
Wait.
Okay.
You're here,
I wasn't
you're
sure
here,
if I
but-
could get into my photos or not while I
Yeah,
was
we can
on
still hear
here.
you. Hey, Rochelle, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hey, Mark.
Okay. You can hear me, but
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
my picture's gone.
I feel like I'm watching the TV
Okay.
on Hollywood
All
Squares.
right,
and it keeps
I'm
going
going
in
to
and out.
stay here.
All right, he's back in the house. So they're going to be sending you a picture.
X
file.
wins the square. You got it, Mike.
It's probably through the private chat.
Oh, man. Okay.
Bobby, you should leave the screen blacked out. It looks really good like that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I think they're looking for it.
Thanks,
still.
Mike. I appreciate it.
So, are we gonna get into?
I found our
kinda know-
22-inch print.
Yeah, I seen that one too.
Oh wow!
Is that the one on your main page? Or is that different?
The one that's like on the profile, the three-toed.
Yeah.
No, that one's the 17-inch.
Is it? Oh, so this is bigger.
The 22 that Bobby's talking about was out in an area we went when we were in Florida. The in an area we went. We didn't find it at 168, but I found it right before 168.
Okay. Do you want him to pull up your Facebook page? Is it on there?
I
'Cause
found
he
the
can
picture.
pull those up.
Okay, cool.
I am sending it to you.
To me, you send it to them. Can you send it to them in Messenger? Because I'm looking at other stuff.
I'm sending it to you.
Okay. Okay.
I sent it to you in Messenger. I don't think either of them is in my Messenger, but I did find the picture and send it to you. So now it's up to you to do what you do.
All right. Okay. Well, you keep them talking.
So
and you keep some content.
I think we're losing Bobby here. So I know Jimmy has had an experience from talking to
It's
him
up to you
before
to
on
do
other
what you do.
shows.
It was like a Rolling
But-
Stones tribute. Didn't a drummer just today?
Yeah. Go ahead.
But I was gonna see. Okay, what happened? I guess he locked out there. There we go. There we go. So I know Jimmy has had an encounter.
Yeah.
Have you, Mike or Bobby? If they all have any close encounters with a wood booger?
I saw one in kind of a drive-by. It was almost like a street crossing, but it wasn't him crossing the street. It was me. I was driving down the highway, actually talking to Jimmy on the phone. And, just being a truck driver, every time you come on a crossroads, you turn and look. And I passed this little mining road out between two small towns up hour and a half from here, and he's just standing there in the road. And I immediately slammed on the brakes, stopped 30 feet away, but by the time I got back to the road, he was gone.
Mm.
Do you think
So
he kind of
I
like?
didn't get a good look, but I got a good enough look to know what it wasn't. It was not a bear, and it was way too big to be a man. It was, if I had to guess, I'd say every bit of 8 foot tall and 3.5, 4 foot wide shoulders.
Mm.
I've seen some big men. I ain't seen none that big. you know.
So you think you kind of ran up on him? It wasn't more him trying to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
himself to you.
I think he was going from this patch of woods over across the street to the other patch, and when he heard the truck coming, he just stopped, kind of froze, like, they won't see me if I stop.
Right.
But again, by the time I got the truck stopped and ran back there, he was gone.
Was this road
I
that
went-
you were? I'm sorry. I guess there was a delay. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna see if that
No, you
road
go
that
ahead.
you were.
Ask your question.
I was just gonna
Delay.
see. That was funny. I was just seeing if the road that you were traveling on was it like a busy road. I mean, do a lot of people travel on that road that you were on?
No, I mean, it's a county highway. It's not a real busy highway. But, you might pass a car every 5 miles.
Mm.
But off of that road, there's a lot of forest and there's a big phosphorus mine back there. And there's several roads that are just lime rock roads that have gates in front of them. And he was actually standing about 30 yards down beyond that gate. So it was close enough to, even though it happened for literally a half to 3/4 of a second, it was close enough that you know what you saw, and I tried to, I found a way across the gate and went down the road looking, but that lime rock, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but the stuff packs like concrete. So it's like trying to find a footprint in asphalt. You're just not going to find one.
Right.
But I was pretty scared walking down there by myself unarmed. I had Jimmy on the phone. I told him, dude, this is where I'm at. If you lose me, call the cops immediately.
Wow.
God, I'm still waiting for that picture, Bob. I don't see it.
Okay, he's gonna pull
Let
up the
me go see
Facebook
if I can
page for
find
you.
it.
I sent to you on Messenger
Oh,
5 pictures of there's some just like some structures and whatnot.
oh, okay. Let me forward that. And so, if you wouldn't mind, while I'm doing that, can you guys take me through kind of like the steps or the motions you'd go through on a? I don't know if you guys follow the same sort of protocols when you go out to look for Bigfoot, or do your research, or do you guys kind of do your own, take your own path? What does that look like?
Go ahead, Mike or Bob.
You've been deflecting a lot.
Oh no, I don't want to. I've been on 4 or 5 of shows. I've been
What
on
does that path
TV.
look like? Is that what you said?
I'm trying not. I'm trying not to.
Time.
I'm trying to let everybody else have their time. I've had my time, and so I'm trying to
We haven't
give
had you
everybody
on
their
here,
share.
though,
Oh,
so
man.
this is new for us and everybody on
Super,
our
yeah.
chat.
I'm so handicapped right now. It's coming in so choppy.
Yeah, go.
Hey, Mike. I mean, I guess I could talk to you like,
Yeah.
Mike, I've had the same problem before on their show, so I know.
I'm so
exactly
handicapped
what
right
you're
now.
saying.
For some reason, it's coming in so choppy.
Yes, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach feels you. He knows exactly your pain right now.
It's horrible. I can't even get a good run going because it's coming in so choppy, and I'm catching like every 4th word.
Oh shoot!
But we're hearing
Yeah.
you fine, so that's good.
I don't know why it's choppy on my end. Actually, it smooths out sometimes.
Jim,
Well, yeah, I just
every
kind of wanted to
time I
see
try
what.
to, every time I try to go send that picture, I lose
Yeah.
all my connection, and it's like
I
it
think we
kicks
got
me
him
almost
though.
completely out.
Yeah, he's
So,
talking about the one with the what looks like a juvenile
Yeah, the
oh, I
one that
see. That's a different one.
that yeah, the one that
Kathy.
somebody else took
Yeah.
behind one of the structures in the site that we gave her.
Oh, I see.
Can show it to
I
you
am.
later
Yeah.
afterwards, but as long as I'm
Yeah.
connected on here, I don't think I'm not. I can get to the picture, but it's just not letting me send it. It just sits and keeps loading.
Will it let you do a screen share, maybe?
I don't know.
Oh wait, can you do a screen share on the phone?
Oh, maybe not on the. Oh no, probably not on the phone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
I don't know
thinking
if
you
we
were on a
can.
laptop.
I need to find that out.
All right, let's see. Here's the first one. It looks like.
Just some structures
Looked up.
and whatnot.
Oh shoot, yeah, that's
Oh, it's
clear
not
as
gonna let you
day right
enlarge it?
there.
If you can
Okay,
blow
let
that
me
up,
get
I
it
guess.
That looks like a star.
Yeah.
There's one on the ground that is very unnerving. If you're, it looks like a pentagram on the ground made of trees.
Wow.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yes,
But it's not actually on the ground. It's floated up about 6 inches up off the ground.
Yeah, I sent it. You'll see it.
Wow.
Wow, and those are not little.
No,
either.
they're not.
No,
Did you
and-
try lifting one of those, or any of you guys tried lifting one just to see how heavy it was?
Yeah, we've lifted them and pulled them up out of the ground. Those are some
How
of
do-
the ones that we're talking about, that they're all just stabbed into the ground about 6 or 8 inches.
yeah.
Hmm.
I
not
should
sure
be able
where
to find
you're-
that picture and bring it up.
There we go. Okay.
That is clear as day. If something was put there like that, they just don't fall down.
Nope.
I mean, it almost looks like they take all the branches off of them too, just make
Right.
it one long stick. You know.
Okay, so this is gonna. I'm going to take this screenshot. This was taken. Really, this was taken by Kathy, and she does her own photography called Aim to Frame Photography. So I'm going to send this to you. I'm going to screenshot it, and I will send it to you. And this one, man, it's.
That's not part of your stuff.
You could. What's wrong?
Tim, go back. I didn't get the last two numbers of your bank account.
I haven't sent anything. What?
Oh, is this a wrong picture?
I sent the wrong picture?
He
No.
he kept clicking through and he had one. We were
was
stuck
okay.
on 2020 subs, and he's like, "Help us get away from 2020." It's that one.
By the way, I got a good laugh earlier today when I saw that.
That's funny. I'm like, that's not part of yours.
I kind of wonder.
Okay.
That's an incredible structure,
Inbox.
though. I mean, it's weird because until we started doing these shows and learning more about it, we really didn't have a clue. I mean, I think we've seen these before up in our area, but we just didn't even know what we were looking at.
Yes.
Fallen trees, you just think they timber over. You don't really go and explore them or look too closely at them, and it makes me wonder how often we miss signs like this that are in plain view.
Mhm.
Because we don't know what we're looking at.
Yeah, and again, I've never heard of a reporting or a site or someone telling about their sighting of seeing
Yeah, I mean, like
a Bigfoot, seeing a Bigfoot make a structure. But
But they're
when
very. I mean, it's odd that you would have something so large that obviously is dug in the ground where it's not rooted. Shush it. It didn't grow there naturally. He's making fun of me. And it's been stuck in the ground. Obviously, a human can't do that just deep in the woods.
Yeah.
It's very unusual.
Yeah.
check that out.
It
That's
is. There
amazing.
is there's the 3-toed print that we got out there. We aren't saying that we've got the cast of a 3-toed
See,
Bigfoot.
the thing is, though, is all these pictures he's showing you, they're not deep in the woods.
Mm-mm.
There's literally ATV trails.
10, 15 yards.
So, okay, you just said 3. Okay, now I want to get your opinion on this too. So you said you got a cast of a 3 foot,
Yeah.
No,
three
a
footed,
3-toed print.
3-toed print.
Yeah, and what we were saying, what I
We've
was saying,
got 4 casts of 3-toed prints.
Yep. A 13-inch, a 15-inch, and a
That one.
17-inch. That was our very first cast that
There
we
you go.
poured.
There you go.
And we aren't saying that we have a 3-toed print from a Bigfoot. We are saying we have a cast of something with 3 toes and a very large foot from the Ocala National Forest. And what we have found out there have all been strictly 3 toes in the Ocala
Really?
National. Yes, we got 13-inch, 15-inch, and 17-inch. And the 13-inch has a claw on the big toe, about that long.
Interesting. Just on the one.
Wow.
Just on the one. But I mean,
Really?
all the others may have had it.
Yeah,
It's just that's the only one that came out.
every print we found out there is 3 toes, every one of them.
And I was gonna. I'm glad that Zach said something because I was gonna ask you on this and kind of got distracted. But
Yeah,
I had never seen one.
I
with
actually
3.
have 3 separate casts, and they're
He's going to leave us hanging. They're what, Bobby?
well. The Folk Monster had 3 toes.
Oh, yeah.
Legend of Boggy Creek.
Hmm.
The Legend of Boggy Creek, the Folk Monster, he had 3 toes.
Huh.
Those were all 3-toed prints.
I sent you another picture of the cast with my 9. I wear a size 9.
I have.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to forward it to him.
Sorry, we got a lot of delays going on. So when we start talking, we're talking over each other.
Yeah. I was just saying, I just sent you another cast that had my size 9
Here's-
foot on it.
This is
Got it.
this is like the show equivalent of staring into a strobe light. This is great.
But yeah, I have 3 casts, and you can see.
Okay, I'm sending them over. Yeah, that's quite impressive, though. I mean,
There's
he's gonna
clearly a lot
let
of
you see it
delay.
too, but I mean that's pretty impressive right there.
Did you
And they
get the
all
one?
look like this.
Did I get you really good, man? Are you laughing still? Up there?
Mike's our funny guy. Mike's our funny guy in the group. He really is. He's great to talk to. He brightens my day up quite a bit.
Well, all 4 of us or 5 of us start talking in different, just start talking different things.
I know.
The
It's great.
the
And you
picture-
all are getting cut off in the middle of
There's that much
Right.
delay,
Just like stroke
and it
simulator.
gives you just enough time
2021.
that you all start over talking over each other.
yeah. I'll do this. I'll do this. The picture before I sent you the one with my barefoot on the cast.
Uh-huh.
The picture before that, where it looks like a T in the middle of the frame.
Yes.
Behind it is what looks like that juvenile squatted down. And if you zoom in, it looks like you can see
You can
the
see it.
face, the eyes,
Yeah,
the nose,
the
the
eyes
ear
and
on the
the-
left-hand side of the head.
Absolutely.
So this was taken by Kathy Westerman. Bob, is that right?
Okay. All right, he's got that one. He's pulling that one up in here just a second.
Yep.
Kathy Westerman. Yeah, she's a sweet lady. And we still have to go out with her sometime. We promised her we would.
And all these 3-footed or 3 toes, sorry, 3-footed.
But no,
oh my gosh.
I'm saying the
Three.
same.
In those 3-toed casts,
So all of those were found in the same area down there in Florida?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yep.
Golly.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
God, it's like something you see out of a cartoon movie.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Disregard my hammer toes. Okay, just look past those.
That is oh my gosh, that thing is huge.
But what's amazing
I
too
know,
is that
Jimmy. You got to get rid of that hammer toe. And it looks like a pit bull gnarled the second one off. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. That's what happens when your mom gives you shoes that are too small your entire childhood.
That
It's-
is unbelievable.
It's interesting to
so
see though that
freaking
the
huge.
shape of the foot is different on on the round side because we have this concave section.
Yeah, that
And a
part
lot
with
of the prints I've seen do that, but this one doesn't.
that part one that where you just had the mouse on the outside, the toe
Oh.
that's to the
I
right.
gotcha.
That's kind of over pour. It was our first
Okay.
time pouring the cast, so on the left
I
side
see.
of that toe at the base, it should go pretty much straight down by the heel. I mean, you can kind of see it.
You can
So
kind of
there's
see
kind
it.
of an
I see.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I
I
Yeah,
was
got
just
right in
going to
there.
say,
right
a
in there.
hard footprint down
in
would
there,
blow
okay.
out the side like that also, right?
Yeah,
That is
That's still pretty cool, though.
mind blowing. Yeah, you can kind of see where the indention is because this is turned upside down, right?
Uh-huh.
right.
So yeah, you can see where the overpour is right there. So I see what you're talking about right there.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
the left.
And that was our very first cast. And in the Ocala National Forest, there is nothing but undergrowth, sticks, pine needles, twigs, leaves. There is no open mud and open sand unless you're on a trail or you are in a swampy, marshy type of area where there are cypress trees or whatnot. So it is very hard to cast anything smooth in there, and a lot of the terrain in Florida actually.
Mm.
I
That
broke
is
the first one. When I
What?
was trying to
Yes, you did.
I was trying to make a copy of it for me, and so I could have one. And so I went home to make a copy of it, and I'm pressing in oh so gently. And I told my one son, "No, you can't come with me, and no, you can't try it because you'll probably break it." And we go out there, and I'm the one breaking it while we're trying to mold it. But Bobby fixed it. You can't even tell it's broke. So
Good job, Bobby.
okay, this
Nice
is
job.
the one.
Look at
This is the one in question.
Shoot, are you freaking kidding me? That's
No.
a deer. Is that a deer too, or what? Look at that.
No, just. Can you zoom in any more? Can you go full screen?
Holy moly crap. Look at that.
Yeah, full screen makes it smaller actually for some reason. So
Yeah, if you actually
does.
zoom up
Look at that.
far
You can
enough,
see the
you
eyes.
you will. Yeah, you see the eyes.
Holy
And the
crap.
nose, and
Whoa.
I think Kathy got one. I really do.
That
I
is
really do.
crazy.
What's up, Judy? Right there.
But that was taken right there in that same area that all the structures Jimmy sent you. She went out there and was just snapping pictures of structures and found that when she got home.
Wow.
And that seems to be the case with a lot of people. Don't really realize what they
Yeah.
have. These things are stealthy. They don't move. They will. I'm my theory is they'll let you walk on top of them before they move and give themselves away. They have to. And this is my theory as well as for the
What the
subtitle of
heck
our
is that?
page. They have to stay.
Oh no, we lost
What?
Jimmy.
Wait, so what is that? I mean, okay, now
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't
tell
know.
that looks like a leaf that would have looked like an ear, but what the heck is that?
Is that part of the?
Is that his
is that part
arm
of
stretched
brush?
out? I mean, does he have his arm stretched out, maybe? What the heck?
I'm not sure what I'm looking at there.
'Cause
Don't know.
Huh.
that's a weird.
Yeah, that
looking-
might be a cluster.
But when you zoom in on that, it sure
Yeah,
looks like
almost
she
looks like
caught
another one
one.
back there too.
Yeah, sure does.
Right
It
behind
could be. It could be.
Yeah, could have caught a couple of them in there. That's incredible.
Or so. There he is. Back on the scene.
Welcome back.
I got full signal, and I don't understand why I'm losing it. But at least somebody else.
It's all good.
Yeah,
So
now
that's-
on those three.
I was gonna say that's an amazing picture, man. It really is.
All right. I'm going to say this, Jim. Shut up. On those three-toed casts, we have three of them that are all three different sizes. But when you turn them over and look at the ridges in them, they
I'll
all
be right
three have the exact same ridges that you line them up there and you can just see these ridges that run exactly the same in all three of them, even though all three casts are, vary from 14 inches to 17 inches. They're all different sizes, but it's clearly the same creature that made all of them. Now, like Jim said, whether it's a Bigfoot or not, don't know. It's something with a big three-toed foot, But yeah, we've actually, if you look on our page, there's a video where we come right off the trail and we follow a trackway with about 12 or 13 tracks. But literally every track that we really look at, they're all three-toed. Everything we find out in Ocala is three-toed prints. It's just crazy.
That is really interesting. This is the first I've heard of the three-toed prints, and it's fascinating because it makes me wonder if it's just a different type of Bigfoot or if we're talking about something.
Three-toed prints aren't a new thing in Florida, in the South.
Really? That's interesting.
What was that size? What size was that again?
You said 20? Jim?
That one was about 17 and a half. But we did down by where Jimmy and Mike live, me and Jimmy did find a 22-inch print out there.
Yes.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
There it is.
Woo!
You got that? Send her the one, Jim, that I've got my foot next to it. That puts it in perspective.
Yeah,
is that on your Facebook page? He's on there. Let's see.
That ain't it, Jim. That is not it.
You know how happy I am that I'm not even near one right now? I do not want any of my pictures on there.
Look at that brush, though. I mean, that would be so easy to hide in.
Man, that'd be good to make a movie in. God.
It would make it. Yeah, it would make a really good movie spot.
That was actually taken out at Lake Norris. That was the day we almost died of heat stroke.
Jeez Louise. Looks like a mushroom. It's a forest table.
Sasquatch watering station.
Right? Jim, that first picture you showed, you were only one or two pictures away from it. That was the second print.
Yo, those are the pictures from Colombia, man. Saturday, next scene.
It's just crazy though. If you could just now you really think back and go, before I really took interest into Bigfoot, I do recall all these other things because we miss a lot of stuff when we walk through the woods, or if anybody goes to the woods, your normal person would miss a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
Like who puts a rock on the tree like that?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's like I was saying with the structures. We've seen similar things, but just not identified them as such. And so it makes you kind of go, people keep saying, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. Well, we really don't know anything. And if we're not paying attention, they could be right there and you'd never know it. I mean, the fact that she was taking all these pictures and didn't even see it, that just like he's saying, makes it apparent how stealthy and crafty these creatures are. To be that large and that quiet says a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, thank you, Mike. That's so sweet.
Yeah, and something else we find a lot of around Ocala too is we will find a log. Sometimes an 8-9 inch diameter log that's up about 14 feet, spanning between two trees. And it's just hanging on two little bitty nubs that are like this big on each tree. And this log spanning out here, 15, 20 feet across, 13 to 15 feet in the air, and just barely hang. It's like, there's no way it could have fell and got like that. Something
Hey, the sound cut out
and bounced it up there.
You YMCA?
What's that? Yeah, I am. I am, Mike.
He's trying to
Oh.
Morse code to you
Sorry.
because I know you're catching every other
Froze for
word
a
he's
minute.
saying.
I am, and then the sound went out, and Bobby broke into YMCA, and I didn't. I was lost for a minute.
So
Yeah,
have you
mine's
all had
come
your own
to-
personal experiences with seeing or experiencing a Bigfoot?
When I was a kid, with my uncle upstate New York, I had something happen to me that I didn't have a sighting at all, but something happened to me that piqued my curiosity for a good 20, 30 years. And the most recent thing that happened to me, I can't really talk about because it had something to do with 168, and I don't know if it was covered or not. So I have to wait on that. But that's about it. But when I was a kid, I had something, but I was very young. It was very vague. It's not a very glorious story at all. It was enough to pique curiosity and keep me looking for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, earlier, Bobby was talking about the characteristics of the prints. They all three had the same characteristics. So, if you can see that three-toed print right here,
Oh wow! Look
can
at
you
that.
see it?
Yeah.
So you can see the shadow right here.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna
Okay,
get
so-
you. There you go.
You turn you sideways. You see
Oh wow!
the hump in that shadow.
Yeah.
That's
It's all three of our prints had that same exact characteristic. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that okay or not. I'm trying to keep it in the camera right.
That looks like a dinosaur print.
it looks like a turtle.
A giant turtle.
A turtle going wee.
A very heavy turtle because we could not stomp an imprint out there. We couldn't stomp an imprint in the ground out there.
Right. Right.
And we had seen this print imprints up to an X, and it was to the right of the base of the
that
X.
was about, in some places, a solid inch.
Yeah.
Wow.
My goodness.
Dang.
That's impressive. I mean, the power and the weight and the build that it takes to make an imprint like that in that environment, in those conditions, that's pretty epic.
Here we got a question here. It says, is it true you should leave offerings for Bigfoot?
I don't know. I've never done it. I know some people do, and they get gifts back. Like I said, I've never personally tried it. I don't think Jim or Mike have either. They maybe have. I don't even want to know what kind of stuff Mike would leave out there.
I recently went out when we went out.
No, I mean, I tried to buy a Bigfoot a combo once, but it didn't work.
Yeah, I recently went out and I ended up. It was a bad timing. I ended up having to poop out in the woods. So I left an apple on the tree out there as an apology. But who knows whether or not they got it. But that is a true story.
Yeah, that's a great. Is that what you do when you take a crap in someone's yard? You leave an apple? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that explains all the apples in your yard, Mike.
I didn't know. I'm not really a religious person, but I didn't know that's what you did.
Yeah, what we do.
It was
awesome.
okay though. I left an apple. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Right,
It's okay.
Why are you getting mad? I left an apple.
Now, Travis is wondering if you guys have a YouTube channel. Is it just the Facebook page that you have?
Oh man.
We have a YouTube channel, but I can't for the life. We don't know the password. Can't remember the login. It's never really been used. I feel like we should make another one. Because we have honestly been kicking around an idea of doing our own YouTube thing. We're just not sure if it would be very well received because it's pretty saturated out there right now. We're kicking around the idea. I've got some podcast intro music and stuff that I've been working on, but we have a YouTube channel. There's just hardly anything on it. Again, I don't even remember if I remember the password
I
to
don't
get on
think
it.
there's anything on it, Jim.
Yeah.
I think we just reserved a name and never actually voted anything. Most of the videos that we have, we've put on the Forest Giants page.
Yeah.
So go check out their Facebook pages where they put all their stuff. It's
You got it
I
right
think
there.
we have a link of it floating around. I think I saw it floating around.
There's Bigfoot Forest Giants, and we got Okeechobee Bigfoot.
There it is.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much identical.
The second one then.
Yeah, it's the same group running both of them.
Okay.
They're both us. It was just kind of done because we were originally doing the Ocala National Forest area when we done it initially was Florida Bigfoot Forest Giants. But then we started working down south more, so we decided to add an Okeechobee Bigfoot just because of being down in that area.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, there's like even a video on there we were down in Big Cypress, and we're in what was it, Jim? Probably 8 or 10 inches of water. We found a trackway
Oh,
where
I
you
think
could
it's this
see
one,
clear,
isn't it?
defined prints that were.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah. And those prints are about, what was it, 4 or 5 feet apart, but from heel to
Oh,
toe
wow.
between the
No,
prints.
it says in the live
And
one
10
was more
inches
like
of
6.
water.
Yeah, and what were the prints? 15-inch prints,
Yeah,
and I think they were
we
like
actually
6 feet.
measured them.
Yeah,
Yeah, we actually measured them, but they're down under a good 10 inches of water. I mean, there's no way anybody could fake that.
no.
Right.
Yeah, we show us in there measuring them, walking out, and you can see as soon as our feet start moving in the water, it just clouds up like chocolate milk, instantly.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, it really is. It's like one of the strides is like 3 feet, and the other one's like 6 feet. That's the.
Oh no.
But yeah, you could clearly tell those are some type of tracks or something.
Yeah. And like
For
you said, I
sure.
mean, out of anywhere, if anyone was gonna make a hoax, why would you do it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because
Yeah,
that water
and
was
again,
crystal clear before Jimmy
if
got
it was
there.
a person that went out there and put them in, you'd have to hop to a 5 to 6 foot stride between them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh, no, and it really was. But once I go out there and start measuring, you can just see the silk kicking up around my boots.
Yeah.
It probably takes several hours for it to settle back down.
sure.
I have no idea why I'm even here. I keep getting. Cut out. I got old
Hey
school
Jim,
moments.
Jim, is it those Apple computers? I heard they really stink.
Yeah, they might be.
We've had a weird day with internet connections for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but
I sent you a link to one of the videos that's on that. It's JB
No, I've been dealing
Bigfoot.
with it the whole time. I just haven't said anything.
The page was JB on the YouTube. It's called, I don't even know what it's called. It's
okay. I've got it.
It's called JB Bigfoot Encounters. But there's one that when I was in East Tennessee, where I had two of my vocal encounters, and one of them I got recorded. I was leaving, and I caught some really bright eye shine to the left of me, and that's when I started to stop and record it. So I was looking through my phone viewfinder and shining a flashlight on it and clicking it on and off and on and off, and you can see this thing, the eye shine, peeking out from the tree and going back in. And it's just a great big amber eye. And I got the light right on it. You could see the eye, but you can't see it. It's just crazy.
Wow, interesting.
But yeah, if you'll see the eye shine. It's a big old set of eyes. It's going to be right after this. It's going to pan to the left in about 30 seconds or so. And I turn the light on and off. And on and off.
Oh, shoot. Holy crap. Those things are huge.
There it is, right there.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Look at that. Wow.
That is
that's
even
big.
when you take the light
if you let
off
it play, it will peek out.
Nah, that's pareidolia.
That's a glow in the dark leaf.
All right.
But it'll
We all like those.
It'll keep
Nah,
peeking
man.
in and out and in and out. and it's just so
Oh
bizarre.
my goodness.
Oh, right there. Holy crap. Wow. Yes. Clear as
But
day.
I will zoom in, and it's a big eye there,
Yeah, it's huge. You can tell.
but you can't see it. That's what I don't understand. Um, and me and Bobby went back, and the thing is that that road, it drops a little bit. It's not that the trees aren't level with the road.
It dropped a little bit, like 150
Oh,
feet.
wow. You can
Just
like
a
see the
little.
pupil and
Yeah,
everything.
that first step's a doozy.
Yeah.
You can like, what the heck?
And my light's not on it right now. And so I keep turning my light on and off, trying to trick it to see if it'll look out farther. Ain't saying it's a Bigfoot. I don't know what it is, but I know that I had 2 vocal encounters there. That's why I was there.
Oh, okay.
Did
And
you
on one
just,
of them, I got recorded.
you should have got out of your
Yeah,
truck
you got a
and just
real
like
clear
ran
whoop
at
on the
it.
one.
Ran
Yeah.
at
Clear
it.
as a bell.
Yeah.
And a grunt after.
Oh wow. Is that vocal on this video also?
No, but I can send that to you if you would
Okay.
like it. It's going to be crazy loud, but I mean, that's what you want. So when I went out there, I did a scream. I was driving through, and I just thought, you know what, this would be a great place to do one of them silly Matt Moneymaker screams. Never tried one in my life, but I decided to go ahead and do it. I got out, randomly did it, and faced this big old valley, and it was in seconds. I got roared / yelled at from behind, and I don't know what a caveman sounds like, but I would say
Oh,
I'm
there's a
trying
setup.
to figure out how to set it as a link.
So
if
did
you
go real quick? You go back. Whoever, Josh, go back. Those. So you see that second eye shine way over there past
yeah,
the
and the
trees,
back to
but
the
but you see the
Mhm.
tree move, and then you actually see it stop, like something moved that tree. Like not the wind. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess it could be the wind, but it was
Oh,
just.
that little
And
sparkle.
then you see it right there. Well, look at the tree. Oh well, no, it's moving. Like something moved it, and then it goes back to being normal.
Zach, I sent you that because
Yeah.
for some
See.
reason it's not letting me send it to you. So Zach, I sent that to you on Messenger. That East Tennessee howl.
Okay.
It's me yelling, and then about 4 or 5 seconds later, there's this whoop that most people describe whoops starting low and going high. Whoop! This one starts high and comes low. Woo! And then there's a
Interesting.
whoop right after it.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
I had to do some. I have a recording software for when I do my music and whatnot, and I had to put some splits in the spots to lower the background noise and then raise the calls, the response
Uh-huh.
back. Did you get it, Zach?
Yes, I'm actually trying to get it. My internet's running a little slow.
That seems to be the theme for the day is everybody's internet's lagging, even though, I mean,
Yeah,
I've got
I
a great
apologize.
signal, but mine's lagging crazy.
Yeah, I mean the whole concept of the show, Learning Bigfoot, we don't know a whole lot.
Right.
I know. I can tell you what I know about them. I know that they do get in trees, 100% for a fact. And I know this because one fell out of a tree 5 feet from me. I know for a fact that they like peeking in the windows at you because I had a big one looking in the window at me 5 feet from me on the other side of the window when I was a child. I've never heard of anybody saying they've seen one make a footprint, physically seen one. But if they're going to stand on a branch and the branch breaks and they land on the ground and make a thud, common sense says they're going to make a footprint. So we're pretty sure they make footprints, and we don't 100% know that they make structures. Nobody's ever said they've seen the structures. But when you rule out everything else, including man, bear, machine, no other source that could do it, and then you see a print at the base of an X, you got to put the puzzles together. There are some people out there that use science and rely on science for every bit of evidence to claim it as real. But when you go that scientific route and use science to make everything legitimate, and that's your source for looking for Bigfoot, and you have nothing more than anybody else out there, it's kind of out the window at that point. That's just my opinion. You know, if there's somebody out there that says that we don't have one in the garage to examine,
right?
You know.
And so down there, do you?
It doesn't
also
take a
seen
whole lot of
break?
science either to figure out that most.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yes, a lot of tree breaks.
Yes.
It doesn't take a whole lot of science when you've got a structure here that's made with 8 logs, and you can see one of these logs was broken right here, and the other 7, there's no stump. It's like they were brought in from somewhere. There's no stumps anywhere around it, but here's these 7 trees that are combined with this one that's broke over here. There's. How do you prove that with science? These logs didn't come from here. There's no stump. Something carried them over here and put them here.
And the only other thing you could say is bear or man.
It carries them over, stabs them in the ground, and does what it wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got Josh.
But I don't.
Okay, so he's having a hard time getting it pulled up, but
I don't.
I could play it on my phone, and I could play it on the phone.
Stab it in the ground.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you need thumbs.
Yeah, I can play it on my phone and put it by the microphone to see if you guys can hear it. But I do not know.
This is awesome. Bobby's been miming out his whole conversation to me.
Shoot.
I didn't know you were that good of a mime, Bobby. You poop with an apple on.
You couldn't hear that, could you?
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Wow.
I can get it better. I can get it better if you guys give me a second.
Dang.
Yeah, I heard that. That was crazy.
It's got some power behind it, though.
It's not pretty far away, too.
Dang. Now, Gene Darby says, "I'm jealous of you guys that have actually laid eyes on a Bigfoot. I haven't myself, so I can't say either. But I know that there have, from what I have learned from other people who have had experiences, the common theme is you don't. I think it's personal for everyone. I can't say because I've never had the experience. But what would you say to Gene having an experience?
Who you asking?
Anyone.
I
don't know if Jamie can hear me right now.
I would say what I saw from 30 feet away very fast, or 30 yards away very fast, and I don't want to be anywhere near it. I want to see another one, but I want to observe it from 100 yards away when I'm armed, just in case. No, they're enormous. The way I describe the one I saw is it looked, if you've ever watched professional wrestling, think of Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner in his prime. Add 2 feet to his height and a foot to his width. That's what you're looking at there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
And wild. You don't want to see that in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I will pull this up as soon as I pick up my phone.
Okay.
And I'm going to play this through my Bluetooth speaker and see how it comes out for you guys.
Okay.
Hope. The love of Pete.
Sound like
Try
there
it
was 2
again.
whoops after that.
Yeah. Who was that yelling in the background? Was there
I'm doing the first one. gosh. There was the
Dang.
woo, and then the
That's a hell of an answer.
Wow.
one more time. Did you hear the second grunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So the
you
first-
can almost hear. You could almost hear two whoops, like a quiet one, like a whoop,
Yeah.
then a bigger one, whoop, and then the. It
Yeah,
almost
grunt.
sounds like two whoops and a grunt.
Yeah, so the first time I went out there, like I said, I pulled up to this area and I said to myself, just driving through, this was a beautiful scenery. I said, this looks like one of them great places to do one of the Matt Moneymaker yells. And so I did that yell facing the valley. This is in East Tennessee on the Foothills Parkway going towards Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg towards Cosby. And I said to myself, I'm going to do that scream. You know, that's the first time I've ever done anything like that. I got a good set of lungs on me and a pretty powerful voice and range. And behind me, when I did that, you know, I said to myself, you dummy. It's not the words I used, but I said to myself, you dummy, you're not going to get any echo. You just yell it out to a big open space. And about that same amount of time as when I did the yell and on this recording, something behind me yelled at me. And it had two sets of vocal cords. There was a low pitch and there was a medium pitch in it. And it sounded, I don't know what a caveman sounds like, but it sounded like a giant Neanderthal humanoid. And it was just really, really loud. And it scared me to death. I got chills. I got on the phone. I called my wife, told her what just happened. She said, go to the hotel. I know you. You'll go up there. And I said, I got flip-flops on. I'm not going to go up there. And then we hung up and I changed and put my hiking shoes on and I went up. But everything that happened there, there was stuff that happened there that made me think and convinced me that this wasn't just a passing through thing. These things are residing there. And I just ate at me and ate at me and ate at me and ate at me. So I went back about 4 weeks later, and to the exact same spot, parked in the exact same place. But this time when I opened up my door, the mountains to my left, the driver's side, I opened up my door. I put my phone on video record. I walked out to the back of my truck, went on the sidewalk, and then I faced them out and did that same yell. And I was recording. And I was looking through. Oh, you guys can't see me this whole time. I'm waving my hands. So I'm holding my phone like this, looking through the viewfinder, and I'm recording when I do the yell. And that's when I get the woo and the woo. But it would have been a much better recording. You learn things when you go out because the microphone is on this side of the phone microphone. So it barely caught it, but it caught it. And so, but this time I wasn't expecting anything to happen, but if it did, I was going to have it on recording. I drove 12 and a half hours back to this place just because I thought and was convinced that this was a place of residence because of the things that I seen up there, not something passing through. And I went back almost a month later and they were still there.
Wow.
And stuff happened that I seen one fall out of a tree, and I know it's physical. You know, these are physical beings, but they're quite possibly, you know, some people might not like me saying this, they quite possibly could have abilities other than just being physical, things we can't do. Because I was in my car, I was nervous, and I got in my truck with my knees out, facing the mountain, out the driver's side door, putting my hiking boots on, and I said some language, in my head that's not family friendly. And I said, I just drove 12 and a half freaking miles or 12 and a half freaking hours to get here. There's nothing that's going to stop me from crossing this road. I said that in my head. And within 4 or 5 seconds from dead silence, there was this crunch that sounded like something picked up an oak tree and smashed it against another oak tree. Just dead silence to crunch. It shook me. I'm getting goosebumps. It shook me so bad. Not the reverberation, but I said it in my head. This happened 3-4 seconds later. I said in my head, I drove 12 and a half hours. There's nothing going to stop me from crossing the road. That happened, and I never crossed that road. It was like something said, you want to bet. I drove 12 and a half hours there and 12 and a half hours back. All I got out of it was scared. I heard something walking left to right on that across the road in the trees. Could never get eyes on it, but it was step, 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 just back and forth. Um, and my mind started messing with me. If something could pick up something that big and smash it, it could come over here and push my truck over the sidewalk. And the other side of the sidewalk is a 200-foot drop. No net, no railing, no guardrail, no handle, just down. And so that was messing with me. You're going to die if you stay here. You're going to die if you stay here. So that picture of that big rock on that tree is at the top of that, kind of at the top of the peak. That rock itself was broken half. That rock is about the size together as a coffee table. And so that rock was about that thick. The broken piece that's on the tree, I'm trying to get back, and about that long. That was a big tree. So you've seen it on top of that downed tree.
Oh, wow.
And where that root ball is, there's a picture in there of that other half of that rock by the root ball. And so when I went back with Bobby and I seen this, I started thinking maybe it wasn't a tree hitting another tree. There's a giant rock smashed on another tree that's laying down. Maybe that was the crunch of what I heard. I'm only speculating, but that would have had to make the same crunch. But Bobby and I went back and we didn't see much of anything. We seen some a little sign on a tree from the forestry that didn't make any sense on a tree that was falling down. It didn't make sense. We seen some rock mounds that were just weird, a pile of rocks. I started digging through one. I'm like, they've got the bodies out here buried. So I'm digging the rocks up, and looks like there's a little foam mattress underneath the rocks. It was kind of a letdown.
It looked like they would do in a Western.
Interesting.
It looked like what they would do in a Western when they would have a dead guy and they would just pile rocks up
pile
over
the
him.
rocks.
We found like multiple rock piles that looked like bodies buried under there.
Big ones.
And
That's
we
why
actually moved some of them thinking that there might be a body. So we had to look.
I would think that too.
We didn't find anything but rocks.
Yeah. There was like a foam from a mattress or something under one of them. It didn't make any sense. Not at all.
No.
Because there were multiple piles of rocks. And these were big. Did we take pictures of those? I thought we did.
Think we did. But no, they were like volleyball-sized rocks. They were big rocks.
Yeah, It took me a while.
Wow.
That's crazy.
If anybody wants to know where this is at, this is on when you get off of 40 and you get on in East Tennessee, not far from the North Carolina border. You get off of 40 onto the Foothills Parkway, and there's these 4 different overlooks. They're called overlooks. You can see the scenery out here in the valley, and right behind you is the mountain. This, when you get off of 40, going towards Cosby and Pigeon Forge, the very first one you get onto is overlook number 4. So I yelled out into the valley, but directly behind me is where I had my 2 vocal encounters and something smashing a tree with something. But heading back towards 40, just an 1/8 of a mile from there, is where I seen that bright eye shine. So I was just
crazy.
seconds away. It was just seconds away from where I was, and I want to go back there this year. Yeah. Again, not saying it's Bigfoot. I don't know what it is.
It was still big. I mean,
huge.
whatever it was,
huge.
it was.
And it was
big.
peekabooing.
Yes.
And it was peekabooing.
Do you think there's other creatures out there that are other than Bigfoot that we haven't discovered yet?
Anybody
That
else want to
might
answer?
be-
Was that towards
might
me? Or?
be. Yeah, well, because you keep saying that you don't know if it's Bigfoot or not, and I know that you're not trying to claim anything.
Yeah,
But
right.
do you think maybe some of these there could be other creatures out there that might be doing a lot of things that might be similar to what Bigfoot's doing?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I can't see any reason
Yeah.
why not. If I didn't have one fall out of a tree, I mean, I'd probably be one of the people that are like the majority of the population. Yeah, whatever. But, what are you smoking? What have you been drinking?
Yeah.
You've been eating my apples from Mikey's yard. Yeah, because you have to see it
I missed the part of orientation when we were digging up rock piles with possible bodies under it. I missed that in orientation. I didn't get that part.
Yeah, we were gonna initiate you.
But I did hear there was a $20,000 reward for the person or people who dug up Chief Indian lives on a mountain undisturbed.
And that was the thing when I was digging out these rocks. I was telling Bobby, "Don't get cursed. Please don't be a curse. Please don't be a curse." But it turned out there was just like a mattress foam or something, just a big thing of foam under this mountain of rock. I mean, this pile was probably 2.5 feet tall and probably 10 feet long. I mean, it had every markings of an above ground old school grave. And there were several of them. And this was right there where I had the vocal encounter twice.
Oh, that's what I do. I throw rocks, and we're not here to hurt you.
We're not here to hurt you.
Yeah. That's what's crazy about these things. I've had 3 encounters, and if these things survive by being stealthy, hidden, and so you don't know where they are, I would have never known they were there had they not vocalized at me in all 3 of these encounters. And that's one thing that blows my mind about it. They could have just shut up, and I would have never known this. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I would have never known about the one in the tree had it not yelled at us when we were running around the trailer as kids. My childhood encounter was on the Travel Channel's.
Maybe they wanted you to shut up, was why they yelled at you.
Probably.
I know. I almost just yelled just now, but I didn't think it would work.
Oh, God.
Well, we really do. I hate to cut this out because I love this, and I love the stories. I love learning about it, and I think you guys have a lot more to share with us. We are past our hour, and we've got another live stream to head to. But I'd love to have you guys come back on again if you're willing. I think that would be great. I'd love to ask some more questions, and I know the chat was very interactive there. Wanted to have some of their questions answered as well. If you'd be open to that, we'd love to have you back on.
Sure. I would like to say before we go, though, just everybody to kind of pay attention and keep an eye out for 168. The first one's supposed to be coming out pretty soon of the series. Carrie's working on it right now. It was an honor to work with everybody and be a part of that. It was like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. And owe Carrie quite a bit for that, as far as, allowing us to be and asking us to be a part of it. He's got a tall order ahead of him of editing all this stuff with him and Mark Zasky. So everybody needs to keep an eye out for the first one coming out pretty soon. I don't know how many of this is going to be as far as episodes for this 168 we just did in March. But it should be coming out pretty soon. So I just wanted to put that out there, everybody, to kind of keep an eye out for that. And there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Absolutely. Where should we have them keep their eye out for it? Is it going to be on Carrie's channel?
Yeah, it'll be on probably Bigfoot Odyssey's channel.
Bigfoot Odyssey.
We will share a link, and
okay,
when it gets closer or when it gets put out, we'll be promoting it on our page just as much to get the word out for people to go check it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Will you be there on the second one?
So as of now, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
As of now, yes.
Cool. Good.
Yep, and we are, and the reason we are doing this too, like Josh was saying, I don't know if you guys can hear him back there, but because we are headed to film the next one in November, and we're looking forward to that. Obviously we're not part of the research crew, but being out there, we're gonna want to know what we're looking at,
Absolutely.
because
yes,
there are some things, as we've discussed tonight, that are very easy to miss if you don't know how to pay attention and what to look for. So safety being number one, because there's lots of bugs and snakes.
Right.
So,
I don't like bugs.
Alligators.
Yeah, alligators.
And don't eat the apples. Don't eat the apples.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody on the panel. We are so grateful.
The apples are the worst thing out there. Trust me.
Don't eat the apples.
You get hit. You get hit with one of Jimmy's apples. You're calling it a day.
Well, look forward to seeing you soon, Jimmy. We'll see you in November. So
yep.
You bet. Thanks for having us on, guys. I really appreciate it. It was fun.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Thank you, everybody in chat.
Thank you.
All right, you too. Bye.
See you, everybody.
Good night.